give his introduction something short and sweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you to give a big hand for Dr. Ralph Del Brunner.
Magandang gabi. Well, good evening. I'm Del Brunner. Ralph Del Brunner is only what my parents called me when they were angry at me. So Del gets you much farther with me. So Del Brunner, I've been a general dentist up in Ventura for a little over 40 years. As Maria stated, I graduated from USC, and I serve in many different capacities with the California Dental Association. I'm currently serving on the executive committee as secretary of CDA. I'm on the board of managers for CDA Presents to put on our annual scientific meetings down in Anaheim and San Francisco. I know many of you have probably attended the meetings. I'm on the board of trustees, CDA Foundation Board, and the Dentist Service Corporation, which is a new venture that CDA is getting involved with. If anybody's curious, I'll be happy to talk with you afterwards about it. I also serve as a delegate, as Maria said, to the American Dental Association, and it's a great privilege to be here this evening as part of your 50th anniversary celebration. It's a beautiful setting. I wandered through the museum a little earlier, and Ronald Reagan had a very amazing life. He had a great impact on the Filipino Dental Society as the governor of California, and signing the very, very important legislation for your dental society. I know you're all very proud of that accomplishment. It not only helped shape the future of the Southern California Filipino Dental Society, but also the future of the profession as well on a state and national basis. Looking back, it's safe to say a lot has happened since the humble beginnings of your dental society. Think about all the changes in our world and the dental profession since 1966. I hate to admit it, but that was the year I graduated from high school. So I'm also having my 50th high school reunion this year. But so you can all do the math on that. You know, so I graduated very, very early from high school. So that year, Ronald Reagan took office as California's governor. Lyndon Johnson was our president. Our country was gripped in the Vietnam War. A television show called Star Trek had premiered on NBC, and somehow the Baltimore Orioles defeated the LA Dodgers in the World Series. In 1966, a gallon of gasoline cost 32 cents. A first-class stamp was 5 cents, and the price of a home was about $23,000. In dentistry, I began dental school a few years after 1966, but I wrote down a few of the things that are no longer we do much of. I remember when I got my first issue in dental school, they gave us something called silver points, and that was how we were supposed to do root canals. Well, silver points did not work all that great for root canals and was soon replaced by gutta percha. But if you melted them down, they made a very nice ring for some part of your family. We had TMS pin buildups. How many of you know what a TMS pin buildup is? That's what I thought. It's how you took a first molar that was busted up and you made it look like a porcupine, and then you packed amalgam all around it, and that was supposed to be some long-term permanent restoration. We had composite that we mixed part A and part B. It was called adaptic or concise, and we just sort of stuffed it in and hoped for the best. The good news is it was white, it wasn't silver. But dentistry has changed tremendously from that point in time. When the Southern California Filipino Dental Society planted its roots in 1966, the founders recognized a need to have a voice in government and in their community. A voice that would provide them with an opportunity to represent their rights as immigrants and citizens of California. A voice that would ultimately help them provide oral health care to people in need here in the U.S. and in the Philippines. The leaders, Dr. John Beatus and a USC dental student named Ed De La Vega, had different ways of doing things. As the story goes, one was soft-spoken, the other one was not. One was a clever negotiator, and the other was a no-nonsense kind of a guy. They decided to put aside the political difference that they had and to work together. Along with the Filipino dentists in San Francisco, they were able to change public policy in 1969 through a law signed by Governor Reagan establishing a system for dentists trained in other countries to practice in California. It took hard work, collaboration, and dedication, but they succeeded. And they didn't stop there. Next, they turned their attention to developing courses to help Filipino dentists pass the state examinations, and once that was done, they would go on to help those dentists establish practices here in the Los Angeles area. This was the first of many accomplishments through their work together that would impact the future of dentistry. In 1978, Governor Jerry Brown appointed the first Filipino dentist, Dr. Oscar Dumondan, to the State Board of Dental Examiners. That would be followed by Dr. Ed de la Vega and Dr. Gloria Valde, and we've been fortunate enough to have other SCFDS members serving on the board's examining committees over the years. With so many accomplishments on behalf of the dental profession, how fortunate we are that leaders of this dental society decided to become involved with mainstream American dentistry. Your involvement with the tripartite at your local dental societies, CDA, and the American Dental Association has had a tremendous impact. In the year 2000, Dr. de la Vega was elected president of the Los Angeles Dental Society. That's a component with more members than many state dental societies even have. Your service and work is much appreciated, and it's made a difference in the way CDA serves our members, advocates at the state capitol, and provides exemplary care to the patients that we serve. Through all this, members of SCFDS never forgot where they came from. Work to establish sisterhood relationships with chapters of the Philippine Dental Association have generated grants, dental supplies, and equipment for community outreach projects to provide dental care to those in need. Your pro bono continuing education courses have helped dentists learn new skills and remain current on their licenses. Additionally, scholarship programs and financial grants that were mentioned earlier are helping students that are deserving with the cost of their dental education so that they can then serve the communities that have a need. Your most recent work of establishing a dental clinic for victims of Typhoon Haiyan is making a difference in so many lives. The great thing about organized dentistry is that it shows what we can do when we all work together. We can improve the way we deliver care, advocate for public policy, and help those less fortunate in our communities. As dentists, we face considerable challenges running our practices. The challenges in the years past compared to what happens today in our dental offices, it's a far, far cry from how things were 40 years ago. The times are very challenging. At times it can be overwhelming, and it's tough to do it alone. We truly need professional organizations such as CDA and SCFDS to provide a strong foundation to help members succeed in being the very best oral health care providers possible. Many of you know at CDA we've been working hard to be inclusive to all dentists in California, regardless of whether they own a private practice, work in a group setting, or a corporate-owned practice, one of the newer modalities. And it doesn't matter if they're practicing as far north as Crescent City or as far south as Chula Vista. CDA knows that membership makes the organization and our voice stronger together. In fact, a few months ago, CDA received a number of awards from the ADA for our membership growth, for the greatest net gain of new dentists, greatest gain in membership, and for the highest conversion of women and diverse dentists to membership. Those accomplishments have happened at a time when many state dental associations see their membership dropping. Why is that happening? Well, we have a good idea why it's not happening to us, but besides taking steps to be inclusive to all dentists regardless of their practice model, we do outreach to organizations like this one to learn more about what members want and need. So later on this evening, if you have my ear, so if you want to come and tell me what you're feeling and your needs, this is an opportunity to get right back to CDA. So I will look forward to those conversations through the evening. Through avenues such as a dental forum where we can exchange information and express concerns. Additionally, CDA has developed strong ties with California's 6 dental schools to educate students about all the things that organized dentistry has to offer. I recently got to talk to the students at Loma Linda, and it was just wonderful seeing their bright, eager faces that are excited, scared, and really don't kind of know what the future holds for them. but I assured them that they are about to enter the greatest profession that anyone could choose. We're very, very blessed to be able to do what we get to do on a daily basis. Dental students have representation on our committees and even at our House of Delegates. CDA continually takes a pulse of California's dentists to learn more about how the organization can best serve our members. Whether it's through CDA Presents, which I'm involved with, it says one of the top professional, I think it is the top professional meeting in the country. Our Practice Support Center resources that you can reach online as a member, TDIC Insurance, advocacy in the political arena, or the CDA Foundation CDA Cares program. CDA demonstrates how a professional organization can evolve, grow, and provide a strong foundation to a unified group of professionals working to be the best that they can be. And that's why our partnership with SCFDS is crucial to our growth and our voice and our future. When we look back 50 years ago to the beginnings of the Southern California Filipino Dental Society, how different things might have been if the founding members decided they just didn't have much in common and they really didn't want to work together. What if they hadn't put aside their differences to come up with ways to support one another, to help each other grow, and to help communities in need? We wouldn't be here this evening. This organization's many accomplishments may have never happened, and how unfortunate that would have been, not only to the people here in Los Angeles, but also to the profession of dentistry. That's why working together, we can continue to develop a strong foundation and a strong voice, and better prepare ourselves to face the profession's future challenges. Hopefully, we'll all be here in 2066, celebrating your 100th anniversary and talking about the accomplishments of the next 50 years. And we'll be able to reflect on how much more we have accomplished by working together. Thank you for inviting me this night, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Del Brunner and the California Dental Association. That was truly a very inspiring, informative message. And we are profoundly thankful for your presence.